Hi, my name is Jem. Welcome back to my channel. So in January I tend to buy a lot of books. I think I just have way too much free time on my hands because I'm Australian, so school is out for the summer holidays. I don't know, I just buy a lot throughout this time. I think the first video on my channel was actually like a huge January book haul. So I just skipped the pretense and went straight into how much money I spend on books. So that is true for this month also, so I thought I would film a January book haul now, and if I buy more books by the end of the month I'll do a part 2. So yeah, let's get straight into it because there is a bit to get through here. The first book I have is The True German by Werner Otto Müller-Hill. Very long name. This is a history book that I bought yesterday, so I thought I would get it out of the way very quickly because history is a boring subject to a lot of people. So this follows a military judge in the Third Reich, so Hitler's utopian Hitlerite society. I really can't talk today, I don't know what's wrong with me. But it follows a military judge in Nazi Germany. And this is his personal diary that chronicles his really abhorrent distaste for Hitler and his regime. He foreshadows the Cold War. I just think this is super interesting, and it's also a very important document because it tells historians that a lot of high-ranking officials were lying when they said they didn't know about the final solution, because Müller-Hill was quite high-ranking and he knew about the final solution. So it's a really important piece of information in terms of piecing together post-war Germany and justice in that kind of area of cultural and national genocide. So I'm very, very, very intrigued by this, and I really hope to get to it soon. It's not too big, so hopefully I get to it soon. Next, I have a book that Sakaya so generously bought for me, so thank you very much, Sakaya. But it's The Marriage Plot by Jeffrey Eugenides. I'm not sure if I know how to pronounce that correctly. But this year I'm trying to read as many Pulitzer Prize winning books as I can, and he is a double-time winner. Not with this book, but with Middlesex and the Virgin Suicides. So I think I'm gonna like this. I don't know too much what it's about because, like I said, it was a gift. But from what I can gather, it's about a girl called Madeline in the 80s who studies English, and she's obsessed with romance, does her thesis on Jane Austen and George Eliot. That's all I know, so hopefully I like this. I think I'm going to. This cover is gorgeous. Next I have another history book, sorry, but I think I've already shown this in a video before. Yeah, I think so. And it is 13 Days by Robert Kennedy. This is a memoir of the Cuban Missile Crisis, which is 13 days, where World War III literally could have started at the drop of a hat. It's very, very interesting if you like memoirs, if you like history, if you like the Cold War. I really, really recommend this. It's so accessible and it really helps piece together a lot of information that was hidden throughout this time. I really love this. This is my all-time favourite history book. It was featured in my all-time favourite books. I really love it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. This is another kind of history. I'm so sorry. This is just what I'm interested in. But this is a book that has circulated BookTube a lot, especially when it first came out. It is The Romanovs by Simon Sebag Montefiore. That is 100% not how you pronounce it. But this is a very epic novel following the Romanov family, which was the longest reigning family in Russia. In monarchist Russia before it was the Soviet Union. So yeah, very, very excited to read this. When I was younger, I wrote like a huge memoir about Catherine the Great, and I pretended I was Catherine the Great, and I fell in love with her. So I'm really excited, and I'm studying the Russian Revolution this year, so I'm quite excited to just see the collapse of the monarchist society that Russia had for 300 years under the Romanovs. Very, very excited for this. I've heard fantastic things about this. The next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books are all books that I have to study for school. So I will show you the one that I finished today and absolutely loved. It is Cat on Hot Tin Roof by Tennessee Williams. I adored this play. It was so good. I knew I was gonna like it because I love the movie, the one with Elizabeth Taylor in it. She's my forever girl crush. No one comes above Elizabeth Taylor in my mind. But I loved this. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I wanted to give it 4.5 or 5. But for those who haven't read this edition, Act 3 is rewritten at the end of this for stage. So the director of Tennessee Williams' play for this, the Broadway production, didn't like Act 3 and asked him to change it. I loved the first Act 3, which is also in here. They're both in here. And then the second Act 3 was a bit for me, so that's why I gave it 4 stars and not like 4.5. But I did love it. And I own A Streetcar Named Desire, so I think I have to read that after reading this because I adored this. Because I'm an idiot, I accidentally bought 2 copies of the same book. It's Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad. Yeah, I'm such an idiot. I've started reading this one. This is the Penguin Modern Classics and this is the Wentworth. They were only like $5 a pop, so I don't feel that bad, and my friend said she'll take this off my hands. So this is a very prominent post-colonial novel written in the late 19th century, I think, and it follows a guy called Marlowe who shores in Northern Africa, and I'm not 100% sure what it's about, but there are fantastic things said about this book left, right and centre. Taboo, that TV show with Tom Hardy, yeah, that's inside of this. So I'm like, I have to read it anyway because I'm obsessed with Tom Hardy. And then to go along with that, I also got the York Notes. My literature teacher recommended this, and yeah, this is formulated for students taking their GCSEs, but I'm sure it's applicable no matter what exam setting you're studying in. So yeah, 3 of the same area, theme, book, whatever. The next one is one that I've also started. It is Only the Animals by Sarah Dovey. That's 100% not how you pronounce it. All these pink tabs are the ones that I'm studying. This is where I'm at. I'm currently reading Pigeons, a Pony, the Tomcat and I. This is a collection of short stories told through the perspective of animals. I know Zakiya didn't really like this, but so far I don't mind it. I'm currently reading one through the perspective of a cat in World War I, I think, and it's just interesting so far. And it's got a review by Anna Funder, and I have to read her book Stasiland for English this year, so I don't know, maybe I'll like it. Who knows? The next one is Chris Wallace Crabbe's Human Selected Poems. Again, no idea how to pronounce it. I don't like poetry. I just don't connect to poetry. I hate finding subliminal meaning. I hate the literal meaning of poems most times. I haven't even looked at this yet. I probably should, but I just can't force myself to look at it just yet. And again, I have no idea what it's about, but I have heard really good things about this, and he's Australian. He went to Melbourne Uni. Maybe. And the very last book I have to show is Twelfth Night by William Shakespeare. This is in the Oxford School Shakespeare edition. I love these. I have a couple up there. I have The Tempest and Romeo and Juliet, and then on my unread bookshelf I have Macbeth. And then I have Taming of the Shrew here in the Cambridge edition, and I hate the Cambridge School Shakespeare. There's too much information about what to do in a classroom setting. I'm like, I want the text. My teacher can tell me what to do in a classroom setting. So there's my little rant. I'll put that over there. Oh, did that go into focus? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I really love the Oxford School Shakespeare, and I'm trying to get into Shakespeare, so I'm thinking of buying a few more Oxfords, but this is one that I am studying for school. I'm pretty sure, is this what She's the Man is based off? Or is that As You Like It? I think that's, I don't know. But I know She's the Man is based off something, and I know The Lion King is based off Macbeth. And 10 Things I Hate About You is based off Taming of the Shrew, which is one of my favourite plays, texts of all time. Yeah, anyway, I digress. So that wraps up my kind of mid-January, I was going to say mid-July, that is so far away. But yeah, my kind of January book haul part 1, or mini January book haul, or not so mini January book haul, I don't know yet. You probably know more about the title than I do, but that wraps up this video irregardless. So until next time, bye guys.